What's up, y'all? Critter the Cryptid here. Today I'm going to be trying to finish up my second rabbit enclosure, or my rabbit Alcatraz, as I call it. I would like to do free range rabbits someday, but unfortunately, due to like predator count and weather and whatnot, I want my rabbits to have some outdoor space while also being protected from like birds of prey and extreme weather and other predators like coyotes and whatnot. So today I'm going to work on my second enclosure. This is not starting from the beginning. This has been a multi-day thing, especially because of winter. I have to work around like the frost and everything. And so I bought this thing for like $200 online, unfortunately, and the online schematics were quite a bit off considering like this is the door. And as you can see, I kind of tower over that door, so it kind of sucks to get in and out of. But it's what you get for buying online. But telling you right now, I wasn't going to buy anything from any of the stores locally because something like this, or even close to this, they wanted like $600, $700 for it. And we're doing this on a budget. With that being said, though, to finish off the front, I have my 36-inch, quarter-inch galvanized steel for the front. For the other sides, I've used like 8-inch, 24-inch height. But honestly, that stuff kind of sucks to work with. It's harder to cut without a saw ready, and also just tears super easily. It just rips like paper. This stuff is a little bit hardier. It's a bit bendier, and I just want it on the front because I can work around it better. And then for the roof, just to keep out the birds of prey, I have this 5-foot tall, about like essentially this stuff. I have this on a roll that I'm going to use for the rest of the roof, and I already have some of this stuff as the roof cover. So I'm just essentially going to put this over to act as a reinforcer because at the beginning of the winter, we had a problem out here where it snowed like a foot and all the snow held onto the mesh and it completely caved in the roof, which is why I had to move to this stuff. And then in the backside, I have a tarp that I'm going to put over it as a cover. And then outside of that, I have my cold weather rated zip ties, which like I try not to use too much plastic out here, but it's kind of inevitable when you're doing this stuff on a budget. And also just like zip ties are unbelievably versatile. Like they just work so well. And then I have my ground stakes because I have it on the ground. And right now the only thing keeping it down is snow and the frost. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to spike it all down. Which will help prevent animals from trying to burrow in like foxes and whatnot. So that's the end goal. It'll also help keep them from burrowing out. I mean, like the mesh does a good job at it, but anyways, let's get started. Don't do this at home. This would be significantly easier with two people. Further stating, when I lived in a backyard, I had a whole lot of readily available scrap wood, and I was able to build some like really nice enclosures. And then I also had a fenced in area that I'd be able to let the rabbits out with minimal predator risk. So this is also like, since I'm pretty new to the actual like outdoor homesteading, again, I really am learning all of this on the fly. So I'm like taking what knowledge I do have with the budget I have and making it work to keep my animals safe in the meantime. Obviously, as like time goes on and I get like more animals, more resources, and it's not winter, I'll be able to do better work. But in the meantime, I just need a place for them to stay where they're safe. And then when spring comes, I will make better stuff. So bear with me. But Mr. Critter, why are you covering the gate? Because I hate this gate. And honestly, my end goal is I'm going to put something up here and I'm going to use some kind of carabiner system so that I could just come out here, unclip it, and fold it down and toss hay in. And I'm going to keep their water somewhere around here. That way I can change it out and thaw it easier. So in the meantime, that's just getting blocked off, or I'm going to cut up alongside it and put a different separate piece there that will overlap this just like I did over there. So TBD, work with me. I have a vision. All right, y'all. I did what I could for today. Sun's going down. It's getting significantly colder, which is making it harder to work with this stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow. What's up, everyone? It's day 2. As you can see, I got the front a little bit more secured now. It's actually still really cold out here, so I didn't really want to take out the camera and have you guys just watch me struggle with zip ties in the cold. But I'll give you a little walkthrough before I go ahead and finish it off. So as you can see, there's a lot of zip ties, which is, again, this is just doing it on a budget because it's cold and it's really hard to like really get anything into the ground right now. I don't even know how I'm going to stake it down today, but I'm going to do my best. But stay tuned for more. In the next phase, as you can see, I have a nice little area tarped off. I'm inside this rabbit Alcatraz. I unfortunately was not able to stake down the sides as the ground is very frozen. I bent 2 of my stakes trying. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on building her an all-natural burrow. This is a big old Western red cedar cookie. Now, Western red cedar is pretty good at being rot resistant. I'm actually pretty saddened to use this, but it is starting to split, and it's just been sitting around, and I need my rabbit to have an area to get off the cold ground and move into somewhere warm. So I'm going to use this as a nice little foundation. And then I have some Western red cedar bark that I'm going to try to use to line the walls. And yeah, so stay tuned and watch me build this thing. All right, so I mean, I'm hoping, but I got all my bits and pieces in here with me. Again, this is Western red cedar cookie, and then I have some larch rounds that I'm going to use to support. So stay tuned while I finish this. So to start, we're going to take this Western red, going to go about right there. Then we're going to shove that behind as a nice little wall. It's going to be more than bark there. That's what all this Doug fur is for. That's a pretty good size piece. So there's a mixture of Western red cedar and some larch bark. Which, as you can see, the larch bark is not as big, but it'll work. Because realistically, it's just a windbreak. It's just a good wind buffer. The reason I was trying to use Western red cedar specifically is because it's quite a bit more rot resistant. At least the bark is. Or it in general, really. And then try to fill in the gaps. Just like that. Now I'm going to make nice little bundles for the roofs. It's a good little start right there. So we're gonna take our jute. We're gonna take that, we're gonna shove it up like that. I want it to bend a little, offer nice support. Good foundation for the back. What's up, y'all? The sun is currently in my eyes because it is setting, but finally done with the enclosure. I have the weatherproofed area right here, along with the all natural Douglas fir, Western red cedar, custom made burrow. Now, obviously, when spring and summer comes and it starts to dry out more, I'm gonna have to change that into something less flammable. And then I have the little lady right here. So let's see how she likes it here, you know? As y'all can see, it's pretty dark out right now. And unfortunately, I forgot to do a proper send-off after I got done with everything. So as you can see, I've already like changed my clothes and was ready to be inside. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'd appreciate it if y'all could share. That's Critter the Cryptid out. Thanks for watching.